Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brittany, and if this is your first time stumbling across one of my videos, I usually focus on fashion, beauty, luxury, lifestyle, fragrances, and pretty much whatever else I feel like talking about. So if that seems like something that you may be interested in, go ahead and click on that subscribe button if you enjoy the content, of course. Also, if you're already a subscriber, go ahead and click on that notification bell so that you do not miss an upload from me. Okay, y'all, so today we're going to be doing a little bit of a different video on the channel. So I'm going to be talking about the Sephora savings event. It is here, you guys. This year is going by so fast, but you guys know how much I love shopping the Sephora savings event. But today I'm actually going to be talking about some products that I don't think you need to purchase during the savings event. Now, I typically do a Sephora recommendations video. So if you guys are interested in my Sephora recommendations this time around, let me know in the comment section. But today we're talking about products that you absolutely do not need to waste your money on. And these are some expensive products, so we're about to save some money. If you're interested, go ahead and stick around. Okay, y'all, so first off, let's start off with foundation. Now, this one is already going to be a little bit of a contradiction because I do enjoy this foundation, but I have my reasons why you may not, okay? So first up, we have the Dior Stick Foundation. Now, the reason why I tried this out is because y'all know I like a little piece of luxury in my makeup bag. I'm no stranger to that. But you also know that I love the Ami Collet foundation stick. Fell in love with it. Now you can't get it anymore. So that really opened my mind up to trying other foundation sticks. Saw the hype around the Dior Forever Skin Perfect foundation stick and I wanted to try it. Now I ended up picking up the shade 5N. Okay. And even in store, I looked at this and I said, this is going to be way too orange, but it was not. Okay. I will say it was not. It actually blends so well into my skin and I love this foundation. It does have a little bit of a scent to it and it doesn't break me out. That is the good thing. But the shade range on this is ridiculous, you guys. I don't understand it. The shade range on this, no matter what color, is so orange. I don't understand. It does blend well into my skin, but I do think for this price point, they need to do so much better when it comes to the shades and the undertones of this. So yes, I do enjoy it, but I do think it is very expensive for it to be so limited in the shade range, but I do like how it sits on my skin. It's really a beautiful finish, okay? So I'm going to say you probably don't need this if you're my complexion or if you're just a brown girl. I do think it's going to be a bit tough to find your match, okay? The next foundation is going to be the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. Now, this is the reformulation of this foundation. I don't like the reformulation. Look at the color of this, you guys. This is the one that I absolutely love. This is 10.1. This is 10. How is 10 darker than 10.1? Okay, that's why I don't recommend you get the new Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I cannot find my shade. I originally had 11.5. Now I have 10.1 and it's still not the same. And they don't have number 10, period. Okay, so I love, love, love. And I was late to this party. I'm so sad. But I love the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. However, they've changed the formula and this does not work for me. I don't know if it needs time to get old and oxidize or what, but I mean, there's a clear difference in the shades, okay? So I'm going to have to tell you, don't worry about this. If you cannot find your shade, like I feel like it's not worth it anymore. Not only the shade range, but it does look a little bit different on the skin. It has a little bit more coverage and it doesn't sit as light, in my opinion, on the skin. So I don't like the new formulation of this, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm going to tell you to save your money on this one. Now, speaking of Giorgio Armani, I do have this blush. Now, I like this blush as well. This is the Luminous Silk Cheek Tint. These are cheek tints. So sometimes I know we can be turned off by how a product performs, but we also need to be reminded of what the product actually is. This is a tint. I would not say this is a full blush, okay? However, I did like this. I still use this, but for less, you can pick up the Huda Beauty, and these are the blush filters. Same type of concept, very kind of like a light wash of color, beautiful on the skin. If you're afraid of liquid blush or you just don't like a super bright blush, these are really good and you can save money. Now, I don't even think this is really worth just having a little piece of luxury in your, makeup collection because this is really the only shade that works for me. The other shades are just meh. You know what I mean? Like the blush filters, they're much more affordable, and I do think that they're much nicer, and they're easier to work with. This is cool, but I didn't know about these, hadn't come out at the time that I was really enjoying this one. So I don't even use this as much anymore. I will use it because I spent my money on it, but these are really good if you like a sheer wash of color that still gives you kind of like that glow from within look. This is not going to replace a powder brush. It's not going to replace a full-on pigmented liquid blush either. If you like a cheek tint, cheek kind of blusher, you know, filter, this one is really good. Another one that I want to de-influence you on is the Nars. This is the liquid, the Afterglow liquid blush. Very similar concept to the blush filters from Huda Beauty, but this is so greasy, you guys. It's nothing you can do about it. It's like oil slick, and it's kind of patchy on the skin in my opinion. So I do not like this. I don't even use this. I did receive this in PR, but I have to be honest about it. It's just not good. Now the shade, I do like it, but it's very similar to this shade. So this is a little darker actually. This is called Orgasm Rush, which I love Orgasm Rush in the powder blush, but when it comes to this, it's just the formulation is just way too greasy. And the shade that I love in the Huda Beauty is the Watermelon Pop. And this is what this look like. So it's not as bright as you may think. It's so pretty on. It's very natural. Absolutely love, love, love these. Now let's talk about bronzers, okay? One bronzer that you absolutely do not need is the YSL. These are the All Hours Hyper Bronze. Y'all, look at this shade. Girl, this is the darkest shade. What are we gonna do with this? Like, this is really ridiculous. This is a foundation color, okay? I'm definitely gonna tell you it's a no. Packaging, yes, super cute. Even this, even if they made it this color, that would be a help. What? This is literally my foundation shade. Like, what are we doing? So especially this being the darkest shade, I think that, yeah, no, you already know why I'm going to tell you to pass this up, especially if you're my complexion. The formulation is just okay, but the shade range, they have to do better. Now, the one that I will recommend that is worth the money, and it still is a high-end bronzer, but it will last you for years. This is going to be the Armani, okay? So I do like some Armani products. This is the Armani Luminous Silk Bronzing Powder. This is in the shade 120. It is the darkest shade, but look at how deep this is. That is deep, and this is a bronzer. It gives you the most beautiful warmth on the skin ever, okay? Ever. It is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So I don't want to harp too much on this because I have talked about this ad nauseum on my channel. And if you guys do want me to do my recommendations, this would 9 times out of 10 be in it again, even though I've talked about it a million times. So love this one instead of that YSL one. Okay, so now I have a highlighter in my hands, and y'all, this hurts me because I was so excited to get this last year during the Sephora savings event. But this is the Dior, what is this called? The Dior Backstage Glow Maximizer palette, you guys. And this one I loved because the shade range, okay? This is for us. But the new formulation of this is so chunky, glittery. It is just not the same glow from within that the original palette had. The one where it had the white shimmer in there. It's not the same formulation. So when you put this on, you're going to see specks of glitter all over your cheek. For me, that's just not the era that I'm in. I definitely prefer a glow from within type of highlighter, something that just gives like a sheen more so than like chunky glitter. And unfortunately, this is that. And even on my nose, y'all, when I try to use it on my nose, it's just so glittery and like, I don't know. I just don't like the glitter in this one. And I hate that they reformulated this one. But this used to be amazing. But I'm going to tell you, save your money on this. There's other highlighters that I love. Like they have Bobbi Brown highlighters. Amazing. The Nars highlighters are great. The Sephora Collection highlighters are amazing. They all give you that glow from within look. So save your money on this like glitter bomb that Dior has come out with. Please stop touching products that we love. That's my only request. Seriously. Okay, y'all, so let's talk about under eye setting powders. So I have two here. Which one do you think I'm going to tell you not to pick up? Okay, I use these both. Okay, so let's start off with this one. This is my Charlotte Tilbury under eye setting powder. I love this powder. I use the shade 3. I'm trying to open it up and you can see. Pan. Okay, need a new one, we'll be purchasing a new one. I love this. This is called the Airbrush Flawless Finish Complexion Perfecting Micro Powder. She's fabulous. She gives coverage underneath the eye. She stops the creasing if you do have that issue when it comes to you know, your concealer. It's just perfection. It brightens, it does all the things. The only negative is like it comes in like what, 4 shades, I think 1 through 4, but I like shade 3 for like a everyday. Sometimes I may use shade 2, but it is pretty bright for the under eye if you're my complexion. But this is so good. Okay, now this is the new Huda Beauty. This is the Easy Bake Pressed. Now I do like this. I do feel like this is really nice for like all over the face, because it does have a very blurring type of finish to it. I like this. They did reformulate these because the old formula was awful. People hated them and people are loving the new formula. I will say this, for me, this is so much thinner. Now this is lighter. This is in banana bread. The formula of this is so thin. I don't care for this under my eye simply because it gives you a sheer kind of color, so it can get a bit patchy under the eye when you're setting concealer if you're going in with the pressed powder. So I like to do pressed powder, then like a loose powder for baking, right? This to me is the baking powder pressed. It's too sheer for that first step that I like. Now I do like this to like carry with you in your purse. I love the fact that she came out with that little mini compact. You can throw it in your handbag to touch up. It's sheer enough to where you can take a little puff, touch up all over, but get this in your actual complexion shade, not to set under the eye for me. Now I have been using it and I do like it as a brightener. Okay, I like this as a brightener. So once I'm done with everything and blush and all the things, and I feel like, oh, I want to add a little brightness under the eye. Do I need that today? Let's see. I think my under eye looks, girl, my under eye looks fabulous. Actually, it's that Charlotte Tilbury concealer. It looks so good. I don't want to touch it. But if I do feel like I've lost some of the brightness, I will take a brush and just hit it like right there. But a brush, not using this with the puff and setting. No, I don't like that for this. However, for all over the face, this is really good. So if you were thinking about, you know, getting some type of powder for the under eye, I'm always going to recommend the Charlotte Tilbury, but I don't want to tell you don't think about Huda Beauty's new powder because it is good, just not for what it's intended for. Okay, y'all, so now I have 2 setting sprays. Now I use these for hydrators. Okay, these are both hydrating setting sprays, or just like to revitalize the skin, not to set or, you know, put over foundation. Now I can use it to rehydrate, or if I feel like the foundation is just a little too drying, yes, you can use these. However, this Tatcha one is like $50. Okay, this is called the Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. Now I like Tatcha products, but to me this is just way too greasy. Okay, I would only use this like if you were going to put this on the skin, like, you know, if you weren't wearing makeup. But I also don't feel like it's necessary for that because I feel like this does both things. Now this is the Charlotte Magic Hydrator Mist, the Radiant Skin Rescue Essence. This has way more benefits. So I like the fact that number 1, hyaluronic acid matrix, has niacinamide and kombu extract. It provides radiance and hydration. It's a skin energizer, and this does kind of make your skin look a little smoother. I don't want to say blurring, but when I put this on, I feel like it like amplifies texture. When I put this on, I feel like it kind of, you know, blurs it out a bit. But when I use these products, I feel like this is like a one use with no makeup. This I can use with makeup, and if I just want to rejuvenate my skin on a day that I'm not wearing makeup. I really love this, and it's not as greasy as the Tatcha. Now, there are some Tatcha products that I'm definitely going to be recommending to you guys because I do like the brand, and they are very expensive, but there's one particular product that I do feel like is worth it, okay? I'm not going to lie. So yeah, this is really good. I don't see anyone talking about this. This Charlotte Tilbury Magic Hydrator Mist, nobody talks about this. So that's why I wanted to bring it up, because a lot of people love Tatcha. I'm one of those people. I'm new to the Tatcha bandwagon, but I do like their products. I just don't feel like this is necessary. Now, is this prettier? 100%. So much cuter, right? But it's not really worth the money. And I will say this, there's not that much difference in the price point. This is $50. I want to say this is like $45. So you're just saving $5, but I feel like this has more of a multi-use and it has more benefits for the skin. So I recommend this one instead of the Tatcha. Okay, now here's another product that I definitely want to de-influence you on. This is the Dior Addict Lip Glow. Y'all, these are nothing. This is like the slightest wash of color on the lip. Now, granted, it is like a lip balm, right? But to me, if you're going to spend this amount of money, please go with a candy glaze from YSL. I love those. They're so much better. This lip glow, it does nothing but provide, I mean, it's almost like putting lip smackers on your lips, but you're spending $40. This is not worth the money at all, you guys, like at all. Is it cute? Yes, it is, but it's just not worth it to me at all. Like, this is a product that I'm actually surprised is still on the shelves. Not worth it at all. And I really don't need to elaborate any further. This is the YSL Love Shine Plumping Lip Oil Gloss. Okay, I am wearing this today. I have given so many of these away because the smell is just crazy. I had to keep this one because let me just show you the color. The color on this is just so pretty. You can't even, like, the camera does this no justice, but this stinks so bad, y'all. Now, this does have that nice applicator. Gorgeous. It smells like, ugh. I don't know. It smells like paint thinner and grapefruit or something. This stinks so, and you can smell it on the lips. It stinks so bad. Like, this smells awful. I don't get it. I do enjoy the applicator, but what I don't like, I cannot wear these alone. They hurt my lips so bad, and it's not even like the lip injection like from Too Faced. It's not even like that type of tingle. This literally feels like individual little bee sting needles. What I would imagine lip filler feeling like, getting poked in the lip with little needles. It's so weird. Like, it's a weird feeling. It's not like that minty type of plumping that you would get. This is just different, and the smell is awful, okay? But I do have some others that I would recommend. Like, when it comes to a lip plumping oil, always gonna go with e.l.f. That's not even sold at Sephora. I'm just gonna put you on and let you know, honey. The e.l.f. one is amazing. It's fabulous. Do I have one over here? My e.l.f. ones are probably all downstairs in my little bowl, my grab and go bowl, because I use them all the time. But yeah, if you're gonna do a lip plumping lip oil, yes, I do enjoy the colors. They're fun from YSL, but the price is very expensive for them to have this scent. And also the feeling is just not the best. Also love the Charlotte Tilbury lip plump. One of my favorites, if not my favorite. The only thing about that is the color range is very limited. I think they have about 4 colors now, and some may be limited edition, but I love the fair nude, I think it's called, the light fair, whatever it's called. It's so pretty. It looks so good on, lasts forever on the lips. Like, this one is still shiny, but it's not as shiny as my Charlotte Tilbury. So like I said, I only kept this one because the color is so pretty, and I wear it over a lip combo. Would never wear this by itself because it's so uncomfortable for no reason. Speaking of YSL again, I have lip liners. Okay, now YSL just came out with new lip liners. They're great. I do like them. I'm wearing it today. I have worn these a few times and they do last. I will say that. However, for this price point, these are $29. I feel like you can get a one size lip liner, you know, anything else other than this. Now, because the formula is really creamy and beautiful, like, and it does last all day, I would have told you to go ahead and get it, but the one thing I don't care for is the packaging. I feel like if you're going to have a $30 lip liner, I want beautiful packaging. This is just cute. I mean, I feel like the Morphe packaging looks very similar except for the silver cap. Now, this is not sold at Sephora, but this is a Raquel Beauty lip liner. Now, look at how pretty this is. Okay? Look at how gorgeous this is. I felt like this should have been what YSL was doing. I know they're moving into more silver packaging, but even a full silver like pen would have been beautiful. Imagine that. Pulling out a chrome pen lip liner, like, you know, to do your lip combo. Fabulous. Not this. So it should have given this. Plus with his, you're going to get a cute little brush. Like, and this is not a cheap brush. So cute. I see why Beyonce uses Raquel Beauty products, but yeah, this is fabulous. It's so cute. Lip liner, it's retractable, plus you get the brush. This you have to sharpen, which I don't mind. I don't mind sharpening my lip pencils. I like the MAC ones, which are now sold at Sephora. I like Charlotte Tilbury, you have to sharpen. I love the one size ones, but I just feel like for $29, I expected so much more with the packaging. Formula is great, does last a long time, but you can get many others instead of this, okay? The look is just not even worth pulling out your bag. Last but not least, I have this Chanel oil. Now, I only wanted to mention this because some people, when I do make my recommendations list for the Sephora Savings event, some people say that they can add Chanel to their cart and it takes the, you know, percentage off. I have always been told that Chanel is excluded, okay? But you don't need this. This is the Chanel Chance Eau Tendre. This is the body oil. You don't need any of the Chanel body oils. I mean, I got this because it's cute. The scent is not quite the same as the fragrance, and I love the fragrance. So fresh, so pretty for summer. But this is not a hydrating oil. It's more like a dry body oil. So what is the purpose? And even the scent, let me put it on. Even the scent is not the same. Like, it's okay, but it is just not, like, this oil disappears so fast. It's almost like I put on a Josie Marin lotion. So right now it's fresh. But when I tell you, when you put this on your body, like on your legs, girl, you will not have this shine past 35 minutes. Promise you. Okay? And again, the scent, it's cool, but it's not as strong as I would hope. It's nice to layer with the fragrance, but I would never repurchase this again. And I've had this probably a year now, and you can see how much I've used. I don't even think to pull this out because I have Brown Sugar Babe oils that are so much more worth it. But I did buy it because it was pretty. I love that fragrance, and I only like the toilette version of the Eau Tendre, so I wanted something to layer with it. If you want to treat yourself, by all means. Is it going to be this super glowy oil on the body? No, this is more of a dry body oil only for layering, I would say. And you still will need to add some oil to them legs, okay? And a nice lotion as well. So yeah, to me, this is not worth the price point, but it's cute. It's cute. I mean, I like how it looks. It's just, it's not worth it when it comes to an oil. And the fact that they don't even say that this is a dry body oil is crazy. They say that this is a moisturizing scented body oil. Okay, if y'all say so. But yeah, y'all, that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, this is a little bit different. I definitely wanted to bring you guys some products that I've been trying out, and I just don't feel like they're worth the hype, the money. But that does not mean that they're not decent product. I just feel like for the price point, there are other alternatives that we can buy and get more bang for our buck. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will have everything linked down below if you guys are interested. And also let me know again if you guys are interested in my recommendations for the Sephora Savings event. This is a time to invest in higher end products that you love and you want to try out because you do get that discount. But just be smart about the ones you get. Okay, so thank y'all so much for watching, and I will talk to you on my next one. Bye, y'all.
She comfortable.